This is Ravi Dubey. You're watching me on Awesome TV.
I think you have broke all the world records with this monologue.
I can safely say it is among the longest in the world. It's a 28-minute single shot.
Ritwik Dhanjani.
A fashion disaster. Sala.
Karan Wahi.
Sore throat that never heals, like that. यार मैं तो यार water baby हूँ यार मैं तो मुझसे तो कुछ भी करा लो bro,
Hello, hi, and welcome to Bollywood Gupshup with Pooja Nawathe, and today I'm in conversation with Ravi Dubey, aka Lakhan Leela Bhargav. नाम ही काफी है. Hello, hi, welcome to Awesome TV. Ravi, how have you
Thank you, my
been?
dear. I've been very well. Thank you for asking.
I watched the trailer and it's so promising.
It is.
Especially, starting के जो थप्पड़, the slaps. Tell me about it. I need to know about the BTS.
कि मतलब मुझे BTS नहीं, वो तो पूरे सीजन के अंदर बहुत ही लपड़ पड़े हैं, बहुत ही ज्यादा. But everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean फटाफट इतना मतलब रियल में भी पड़ी एक बार.
हाँ, सारी रियल ही है. सारी तो थप्पड़ रियल है. कौन सा हम लोग चीट थोड़ी करते हैं.
सारे के
सारे.
Oh my God.
पूरी कुटाई है.
क्या बात है. But Ravi, you have been doing phenomenal work as an actor, producer, and you have always given like impactful performances in the past. With Lakhan, what do you bring new to the table for your fans and audience?
Legal dramas always. I love them, and it's a cinematic, filmy legal drama, as used to be in the 90s and probably even earlier. You might have seen those films where there is the suspension of reality in the courtroom. So think of it like a pulp fiction rather than just fiction, So which gives lenses an opportunity to be fun at times, but lenses an opportunity to be a little hysterical at times. It lenses an opportunity to be emotional at times. The whole palette, and so the character is someone who's an all-heart, warm, young. Advocate from Lucknow, and बहुत ज़्यादा so to say पढ़ा लिखा नहीं है conventionally, but he knows his little jugards and everything, so he finds his way around things. He has a way for that. So whenever we would be talking, we'd be saying that he's like a Birbal in a courtroom. If Birbal was to be put in a courtroom, how would he be? So he's just thinking on his feet, very light on his feet. He's always treating things with a smile, but then there is a heavy backstory that he has. So that gives the character a lot of gravity as well.
Absolutely. Now, this lawyer is a struggler.
Yeah.
And he wants to be the one of the best lawyer known for his work. Now, tell me, as a lawyer, when you stepped into this character, how closely you saw the challenges that a lawyer faces in day-to-day life, and what challenges does Lakhan face?
Lakhan's challenges are many: personal, professional, educational, all kind of challenges, the whole kind of gamut of it. But personal primarily, because he lives by his mother's name, Leela Bhargav. So his identity is with his mother's name. He's complete as far as he's concerned. His mother and him, that unit is a complete family. But society doesn't look at it like that. So that gives him a little bit of a personal challenge, but he takes the challenge in his stride and takes it by the storm. In fact, by the horns. In fact, if anybody is to raise a finger at him, he'd just respond to them with a quirkier comeback or a more cockier comeback, so to say. अगर किसी ने एक उंगली उठाई, वो 5 उंगली उठाता है उनके ऊपर. तो ऐसा, he's like this naughty, Muffet kind of a person. But when it comes to his mother, he's obsessively protective.
So talking about the title, Sanjay Leela Bhansali, the renowned director of all time, he also, in the middle name, he also writes Leela.
That's his mother's name.
So how is it relatable to your character?
It's what a similarity would be probably that both Sanjay sir, of course, from whatever I have read and I have known of him, and whatever I have himself, the way he addresses his mother, जिस तरीके से उनको संबोधित करते हैं, one can see that he worships his mother. And incidentally, her name is Leela as well. And Lakhan too is like that. He worships his mother, and that, as far as he's concerned, his family is complete only with her. He doesn't need a third person at all. So he's obsessively protective about this one entity in his life. So long as that's safe, he can smile through the worst crisis in the world.
Now that you have something similar between you two, would you like to work with him in future?
Would I like to? I mean, is that even a question? Of course, he's the best we have, and it's entirely going to be, of course, we can only desire. But people like this, that people, the geniuses, so to say, such evolved thinkers such as that will find you when something that they have written synergizes with you. So that's a matter of time.
बिल्कुल. अरे आपने कोई भी किरदार निभाया उसमें आप हार्ट और सोल डाल देते हैं. एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो दिखता है ना आप में, मतलब वो समझ में आता है कि आप ढल गए हो इस किरदार में। इस किरदार के लिए व्हाट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन डिड यू अंडरगो? डायलेक्ट भी मतलब एकदम लखनवी, and I think it's your hometown as well.
My hometown is Gorakhpur. That's
Yeah.
where I belong to. I mean, Gorakhpur, and my grandparents are from Devariya. So Lucknow, but of course, being from UP and the same belt, so to say, my father had his kind of a godfather who used to live in लखनऊ। सो मेरे पापा कानपुर में इंजीनियरिंग किया करते थे, उनका लखनऊ बहुत आना जाना होता था, तो एक कनेक्शन तो है ही उस जगह के साथ में। यानी लखनऊ का ही लॉयर है, अपनी तरह से कोशिश कर रहा है कुछ बड़ा बन जाने की। तो जहाँ तक कैरेक्टर में ढलने का सवाल है, आई really felt that the character should look like an everybody's son, you know, a brother, you know, someone who's very, very familiar to our environment, everybody's environment, and that was the intention. So there was a certain look that I kind of had in my mind as well, and I wanted him to be of a certain frame, you know, a small frame which is almost comical when you look at him. You know, he's wearing oversized clothes all the time. He speaks really fast. You know, he literally raps through his lines and, you know, just says the final landing line and just gets out. You know, he doesn't even give you an opportunity to respond. He's that kind of a character.
Wow. Also, I've heard that you have a 28-minute monologue.
That's right.
That you have delivered in this show. How challenging was it, and how do you prep yourself? I think you have broke all the world records with this monologue.
It is, I can safely say it is among the longest in the world. It's a 28-minute single shot. And I'm glad that I'm seeing this reaction as you hear it, because that means the world to us, and which means that we have created an asset that's something that we can be proud of. So we didn't have a lot of time to prepare for it. The day the shift got over, that very night we wrote the script. That very night simultaneously one rehearsed, then maybe an hour and a half of sleep, and then on the set, and we immediately it was a single take.
It was a single take,
and we finished it.
कमाल के हो आप यार, मतलब single take 28 minutes. I can just imagine.
I can't wait for you all to see it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you know, the team will forward you the links.
Sent. Yeah.
The screeners will be sent, and I'd be really happy if you can actually personally send me your feedback.
Definitely.
Online, offline, wherever it is, but please see it.
Absolutely. And talking about courtroom dramas, I love it. Which one has been your most favorite? Maybe Hindi cinema or
मुझे सब
Bollywood?
पसंद है, मुझे courtroom इतना पसंद है. I love courtroom dramas. I loved एक बंदा, you know, this the film, the recent film, Manoj sir की. I loved that. I loved all the 90s films. मेरी जंग, क्योंकि मैं झूठ नहीं बोलता. Whenever I've seen a courtroom drama, the more cinematic it is, the more I fall in love with it.
Wow.
You know,
amazing.
So the less, you know, each has its own kind of a palette. This one is a more cinematic courtroom drama. It's a little filmy, and I like it like that. You know, it's charming like that.
Absolutely, we all fall for cinematic experiences. I mean, you have worked for television shows like Jamai Raja, and you know, आपने घर बना लिया लोगों के दिलों में. When you turned the producer, you already knew your game on point, I believe, because I think कहीं ना कहीं टेलीविजन को आपके प्रोडक्शन हाउस की जरूरत थी. ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा. बिल्कुल. उडारिया के साथ जो कमबैक हुआ है एज अ शो पर से, क्योंकि लोगों का ध्यान ओटीटी पे बहुत जा रहा था, एंड सडनली, यू नो, हाउ वाज द स्ट्रेटजीज मेड, एंड एज अ प्रोड्यूसर हाउ मच डू यू एंजॉय योर वर्क?
I love this process. I just love it, and we have this, you know, I'm grateful and thankful that we have this genius of a brain called Sargun Mehta by our side, because all these shows, you know, the success of Udariya, of course, all of us as a team, you know, work, and we you know, whatever responsibilities are delegated to us, but the show is written by her. It's her brainchild entirely.
Wow.
So it's after that, after Sargun has written 100 episode stories, when we get the drafts.
Talking about Sargun and your relationship, I just love it, touch wood. But people really want to know, what's the mantra behind a long-lasting relationship? Because nowadays it's all about situationships. It's rare to find true love out there.
True love is true synergy. I mean, true love is true synergy, and if you take all these silly parameters, because of which a relationship can go kaput. Just out of it, just put it all on the table. That can go wrong, put it all on the table. There are only a few.
Right.
You know, put it all on the table. All right, it's not forbidden fruit anymore.
You have to be as truthful as you can.
As truthful as it comes. If you can find that capability of having that conversation with your partner, I think it's meant to be for thick and thin, through thick and thin. It's meant to be in life and in death.
But
Too
इस
much.
Gen Z को क्या कहना चाहेंगे जो situationship से घिरे हैं?
Stick with people. You stick with your parents. You stick with people. You don't expect unreasonable things from your spouse, your partner. If you expect unreasonable things, I mean, it's allow mistakes. I mean, allow at least psychologically know that the worst is possible. Once you know the worst is possible, then the worst doesn't happen.
Coming back to the show, you are sharing screen space with Rashmi Desai. How was it?
Oh, she's a wonderful person, yeah. A wonderful person. She's such an adorable actor, adorable person. And she's got a very interesting character in the show as well.
Okay,
very cute character.
Quick small segment, okay? If you are to be a lawyer, and I'll take few names, okay? What criminal offense would you be their lawyer for? Sargun Mehta.
Over hard work.
Oh.
She just compensates for everybody. She compensates for everybody. It angers me sometimes because I see her doing a job of bloody billion people in one day, and I would accuse her of that, and I tell her that, Sargun, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it. It's important for you to drop it because it's okay if things, what has to go wrong will go wrong. So don't unnecessarily just stop putting it all on yourself. Stop trying to repair it.
Ritwik Dhanjani.
A fashion disaster. Sala.
Are you watching this, Ritwik?
Of course, he better. He better.
Karan Vahi
for a sore throat, for a sore throat that never heals, like that. Yaar, main to yaar water baby hu yaar, main to mujhse to kuch bhi kara lo, bro.
Rashmi
Desai, I don't know. I mean, I've had limited kind of communications with her, which are whatever I've had been, have been very, very good. So I don't think I have anything to accuse her for.
Nia Sharma.
Being overtly blunt. I mean, she has no filters. Nia has no filters at all, and that's the best thing about her. Which is why she can actually be your best friend. I can't say this about most of the people that I know.
Quickly, few fan questions that we received on our page. What is difficult to perform? Intense thriller or romantic scene or comedy?
Romantic scene, I just laugh all the time.
Yeah.
I just crack up so badly. All my heroines have gone through it. All of them. तो निया के साथ मैं लड़ा पड़ा था, जमाई राजा के टाइम पे लड़ा पड़ा था, मतलब हम लोग बात ही नहीं करते, 1.5 साल हमारी बात नहीं हुई, तो उस बीच में भी अचानक सीन होता था ना, एंड दोस प्रॉक्सिमिटी वाले सीन्स आते थे, आई यूज्ड टू क्रैक अप सो बैड, पेट पकड़ पकड़ के हंसता रहता था, उसको लगता था उस पे हंस रहा हूँ, उसको कितनी बारी बताया मेरी प्रॉब्लम है भाई, I can't help it. So that, then in Matsyakand, Zoya के साथ भी यही होता था, Zoya Afroz के साथ में.
Oh God.
So whenever we would, and it was this emotional scene with tears in the eyes and everything, I would crack up so badly. They used to shut the lights off कि तू हंस ले भाई 15 मिनट. यहाँ लखन लीला भार्गव में सान्विका इज माय हीरोइन. The same, और पहली दफा मुझे कोई ऐसा मिला है जिसको सेम प्रॉब्लम है.
Oh God.
So अब दोनों ही हंसते रहते थे.
Oh God, I need to watch this show to see how it went on screen.
10 minute we would laugh, and our director Abhijit would just kind of raise his hands and huff and puff and leave, and कि करो भाई तुम लोग हंसते रहो.
Wow. Okay, you will be completing 18 years in the industry on 21st August. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
क्या बात है?
वो 21st August ही है क्या?
Yeah, it's
Then
written
it's
your
such
fans have.
I didn't realize it's such a bizarre thing.
Wow.
It's such a bizarre thing.
Wow, it's huge.
Wow. And this is, this is totally not designed. It's purely by chance.
क्या बात है जियो? Nice. And lastly, because I need a push, motivation, we share the same kind of philosophy.
Right.
Does it help you when you are surrounded with lot of exposure in terms of glamour, when your energy is given so much out there, on camera, off camera? How do you maintain, and does this philosophy help you to achieve your victories in life?
No, a spiritual anchor always helps you to ground yourself, and the so-called victories in life, or the lack of it also, is basically a reflection of how spiritually grounded, what your life condition is, what your life force is, how elevated it is, how dilapidated it is, how much repair it needs. It's all a reflection of that. So we've been living a life that's outside in, but in fact it's inside out. So what we need to repair is absolutely as close to us as our two eyes, but we choose to repair everything outside. So if we can sit in silence for some time, or whatever it is that the philosophy that people choose for themselves, and they allow themselves, invest in themselves, their own inner being, and they'll realize that there are dramatic changes that emerge in their life. Absolutely. Dramatic changes.
Thank you so much. You have been an absolute inspiration for everyone out there, including me. It's awesome. It's actually simply awesome talking to you every time we meet. हमारे Awesome TV के दर्शकों को please बताइए कब से ये आपका आने वाला लखन लीला भार्गव आप देख सकते हैं, नाम ही काफी है.
So, hi everybody, to all the viewers of Awesome TV, Lakhan Leela Bhargav, it begins to stream on Jio Cinema on the 21st of this month, August. I would like it, I would love it if you watch it, shower it with a lot of love, make it a super hit.